The movie is the continuation of The Boy. It starts from where its predecessor left off. In the beginning of the movie, a couple is shown and they have a little son named Jude. And his father used to stay distant from the house because of his job. One day Jude and his mother were alone at the house. There was a robbery in their home, and during this, Jude's mother becomes injured. Jude and his mother got scared after this incident. Jude became frightened after this burglary and even stopped talking to his parents. He was mute, and 5 months have passed and still stayed tight-lipped even after 5 months. Jude's mother also experienced epilepsy at night after that occurrence. His father becomes worried to see his family. Now he decides he will take his family to a peaceful, idyllic place. He rents a house and then shifts there with his family. And there they notice that huge mansion we saw at the start of the previous movie. The house of the opulent family and their son used to live in the walls. Jude unearths a buried doll outside the enormous house. It was the same doll like the previous movie, and he shows this to his parents. They take that doll to the house and his mother cleans it. While cleaning the doll, Jude's mother finds a note from its clothes pocket. It was the note on which the rules were written which have to be followed for the doll. Jude was spending time with this doll, and surprisingly Jude named the doll Brahms. Jude talks to his parents while writing and tells that the doll has selected its name itself. A man is shown with a gun who is the guard of the area, and he has a dog as well. Jude tells his parents through writing that his doll doesn't like that man's dog. He says that the doll communicates with him. Now he is living with the doll, and one night he is conversing with the doll. Jude's parents become happy and excited to learn that their son is talking. The next day Jude writes some rules and gives them to his parents and tells them the doll has made them. There was a strange rule that Jude will always live with the doll forever. And his parents were thinking that Jude is making up all this. They don't question anything to him because they were seeing him pleased with all this. The shocking thing was, the same day Jude's mother finds Jude's old doll and it was badly torn. When she asks him, he tells her doll has damaged it because it doesn't prefer it. That's why it has ruined it. His mother was thinking Jude is bluffing, and now she punishes him by locking him into a room. The face of the doll is shown turned towards the lady, and its eyes were also moving in the next scene. The doll was changing its place. Jude's mother was getting skeptical about it, but she ignores all this because of their son. The man who was guarding this territory is shown in the next scene. He tells Jude that his dog has disappeared suddenly, and we discover the man knows something about this doll that he was hiding from everyone. Jude's mother was about to examine the doll, and then some strange things it emits from its mouth. She gets scared and shouts. Jude's father comes here while hearing this, but everything was back to normal. It seems his spouse has again seen nightmares. The next day Jude's mother becomes disturbed while seeing his drawings. Jude has made the drawings about slaying that man's dog and killing his parents with a gun and more weird things. Jude says if someone will try to separate me from Brahms, it will eliminate that person. His demeanor was changed and used to dress up like that doll. He makes his parents aware of the Brahms rules. There was a rule that the guests ain't allowed. One day his father says that some guests are coming to our home. But Jude says my friend Brahms is getting enraged and it doesn't want any guests to arrive here. Upon hearing this, his mother admonishes him and also instructs him to finish his meal at the dinner table. Suddenly the dinner table tilts on its own, and his mother thinks this was done by Jude. His father comes and sees all this pandemonium and claims this is not possible by a younger like Jude alone. He suspects his wife did it, because she used to be mentally unsettled. On the other side, that man's dog's carcass is shown in the forest. Having deduced the act performed by Jude in the dining hall, his mother confines him in a room. Jude moves out from there with his doll and enters the house that belonged to Brahms where he lived. Jude's mother was searching for her and reaches that huge mansion. Jude's mother was feeling strange and describes Jude in a room. He was wearing a mask. He has that doll and his father also arrives. The person who was the guard tells the story of Brahms to Jude's parents. He was telling the story which he saw in part 1 of the movie. The man states Brahms has gone demented, that he has ended himself along with 2 people. Jude's father becomes stunned hearing the story. because Jude has named the doll Brahms coincidentally. Now he was apprehensive that Jude has named the doll Brahms and he has become fine suddenly. He looks askance at the fact that Jude began talking to them. And the next day the guests of Jude's father come to their home. Jude was sitting being decked up as the doll. There was a couple and 2 siblings among the guests. The children of their guests were playing with Jude. The doll was sitting there and observing them. One of them says that his doll is mental. He thinks that Jude is also a lunatic and the doll was hearing all this. His younger sister inhibits him to misbehave with Jude. Within a moment, while tussling with Jude, the kid falls on a sharp wooden stick. The sharp stick stabs his chest and went through him. Jude's father takes the boy to the hospital with his friend. Jude and his mother were at home. His mother leaves the doll outside and then searches the history of the doll on the net. During the search, she discovers there have been many incidents in that house. Jude's mother gets frightened reading all these details. Then she realizes that her son is not at home. And the doll also wasn't in the swing. They both disappeared then. Then the queer man turns up. He says Brahms asked me to inhume this doll, so Jude will easily find out this doll. Brahms' soul seeks for the innocent soul, and now they will live together forever. Here we discern the soul of that man was also under Brahms' control. He was stopping her by buttonholing so she can go to save her son from that evil doll. Jude's mother cleverly attacks that man and hits him with his own gun, and then moves inside the house with his gun. The guest, the hospitalized boy's father, tells him about Brahms' past and the victims. Here Jude's father learns that the man is also with Brahms. Hearing this, he hurriedly runs towards the house. Jude's mother reaches Brahms' manor and sees her son there. He again has worn the mask. The lady leaves the gun and proceeds towards the child. There was the doll in his hand and his mother asks him if she can hold Brahms. By the time her mother takes Brahms, Jude takes the gun. He aims at his mother, but his father arrives and before he could do something, his father breaks the doll with a sledgehammer. After this, Jude comes to his senses and comes to his parents immediately. Now the family was together. The man arrives and the doll is shown get up on its own. Now the doll has a black, grotesque, evil face. That demonic doll flies the man in the air with its power. Then it finishes him while setting him on fire. Before the doll could say anything to his parents, Jude again sees the doll in a lovely manner. He picks it, but then ditches it into the fireplace. Due to it, the evil powers of the doll was ended. Now Jude and his guardians return to their hometown. They are shown happy and out of the wood. They have dinner together and everything was normal. But their seed Jude talks to Brahms while wearing a mask at night. Here we discover that maybe Brahms' soul still exists in the world. The soul has controlled, or maybe the soul is still inside Jude. And here the movie comes to an end. Well, that's all for today. Thank you.